Oh, hey ho, neighbor.
Hey, Wilson, you're back. Welcome home.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Did you get along well with my brother last week?
We did. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree in your family, does it, Wilson?
Are you implying that there are similarities between my brother and I, Tim?
Similarities, yeah, considering that I needed a dictionary to talk to him, too. Yeah, I would say so. What's with all the racket back there?
Not a racket, Tim. A siesta.
A siesta? You're making a lot of noise to be taking a nap.
Oh, no. Not a siesta, a cesta. I'm weaving my own handbasket so I can engage in the sport of jai-alai.
What? Yeah, well, sports. It's funny that you mentioned that. I was at a basketball game earlier today.
Oh, I didn't know you played basketball, Tim. How's your jump shot?
Well, it couldn't be any worse than my failure, again, to share my faith.
Tim, I'm sensing a pattern in your anecdotal revelations lately. What happened this time?
Well, it went a little something like this.
Hi there. You want a ticket?
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, no. I must have left my wallet at home.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, don't worry about that. I get your ticket, Chris.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I can't believe I did that. I never leave without my wallet.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey, save me a seat. I'm going to grab some popcorn, okay?
Okay.
Enjoy the game, fellas.
Oh, this ought to be a great game. I know Brad's been looking forward to it all
Yeah,
week.
hey, thanks for inviting me. I'm glad I had a chance to come. I really appreciate it, you buying me my ticket.
Oh, no problem.
That was so nice. I'm so glad that there are so many generous people still.
Oh, I know what this means. All right, stop right there. The last time you two were here, you were no help at all. All you did was argue.
Yeah, about that. We talked after that time, and we felt like it was just that. I mean, it was really more or less all things considered. It was just that it was kind
We're
of...
sorry. Yeah, well...
I'm just trying to say we're sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Well, fine. Well, apology accepted, but I'm just here to watch a basketball game.
Oh, no. Oh, absolutely. But you know what? You can watch a basketball game and talk to Chris, okay? Yeah, get this. You can say something like, hey, you know what? It's easy being generous with Jesus in your court.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Or you could just accept the compliment and move on and not go into this big deal about Jesus. I mean, Brad's about ready to start playing. You don't want to miss that, do you?
Well, okay, you've got a point, but I'm not going with that hold Jesus on my court corny line. Look, it would be okay if I said something to him about God, right? I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's why he's so generous.
Well, that's not the only reason. I mean, consider, you were raised that way. You wouldn't go on this huge, long rant about how your mama raised you right to be generous, would you? Let's just take the compliment and we'll move on.
Well, that's a good point.
Sure you would. You love your mom. And you know what? She made you those cookies last week. You remember those? Those were so delicious.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry, no, it's not about cookies. This is about Jesus. Look at Chris. Okay, think about it. Think of all that Jesus has done for you. I mean, how could you not want to share that with everyone you meet?
Well, I'm starting to see your point.
Well, that's just great. Do you want to take your advice from a guy who spends half his time daydreaming about food?
What are you trying to imply?
I think I've had enough. It's time for me to handle this one by myself.
It's really great that there are such generous people in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It is good. I mean, and because people, and Jesus wants us to share our cookies, right? And, everybody wants that.
Cookies? Who said anything about cookies?
Well, it's great when Jesus is on your court. I mean...
Jesus is on...
Well, look, here comes the other team. Let's watch the game.
Tim, it would appear that the idea of sharing your faith, as you call it, has you somewhat confused and even rattled.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I don't understand, Wilson. Why is it so hard so tough for me to talk about the one thing that matters to me the most in life.
Do you feel threatened by these people with whom you're trying to share?
Well, no, not threatened. I mean, I guess I am a little concerned they might think I'm just stupid or maybe even flat out reject me or something.
Well, how well do you know these people that you've told me about?
Well, Adam, I've the one at the coffee shop. We go way back, great friends. And Joe, he's a great coworker. And Chris, the one at the basketball game. Well, we go back to when our boys played Y-ball together.
So you've invested some time in getting to know these people. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
All right. And you've gone out of your way to maintain old friendships and lend a listening ear and show generosity. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what's your point here?
Well, Tim, people have a certain curiosity about what makes other people tick, and your acquaintances are going to notice when you exhibit good character.
Good character. I mean, Wilson, this is way more than good character. I mean, we're talking about getting to know Jesus, having your sins forgiven, living in heaven forever, getting to know the creator of the universe. I mean, this is heavy stuff, Wilson. I don't know what to do.
Would you like some advice, Tim?
Oh, sure. Yes, I would.
Go on investing your life in your friends, Tim. That's my first suggestion. Secondly, having engaged in numerous conversations over the years, I think I'm safe in saying that you believe in the power of prayer. Is that right, Tim?
Well, yes, definitely.
Well, then I would also recommend you pray about these opportunities of yours, Tim.
I can't believe I didn't think of that before. That's the first thing I should have done. That's great, Wilson. Thanks.
Speaking of curiosity, can I ask you a question?
I'm going to go pray right now. Thanks, Wilson. You are the man.
Glad as always to help, Tim. Good night. I wish you'd tell me a little bit more about it.